Inside Building Products, a Siemens podcast that keeps you learning.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're plunging into something incredibly vital yet often invisible, the world of fire alarming and evacuation systems in buildings. And here's an immediate aha moment for you. While we often picture flames, the surprising truth is, well, it's often not the fire itself that poses the greatest threat, but actually the smoke. These intricate systems are specifically designed to combat that, invisible enemy. Our mission for this deep dive is to help you understand what truly goes on behind the scenes to keep people safe. We'll be focusing on how these complex systems are designed to protect everyone, from the most vulnerable to the most unaware. We want to give you a clear understanding without getting bogged down in jargon. We've got some fascinating insights today from our source material, specifically excerpts from the Siemens Buildings Product Academy videos on alarming and evacuation. This stuff offers a fantastic look at how modern solutions are tackling these challenges.
It really does. And what's fascinating here, I think, is that while the technology can seem complex, the underlying goal is profoundly simple: saving lives. We'll explore not just what these systems do, but why their specific features are so critical for different people and places, especially, for those of us who might not be experts in building systems, but definitely care about safety.
Okay, yeah, let's unpack this then. We all know fire detection is important, sure. But what happens after a fire is detected? That's where alarming and evacuation become the critical next steps, right?
Exactly. That's the moment of truth, really.
It's not just about knowing there's a fire. It's about what happens immediately afterward to ensure everyone's safety.
Precisely. Protecting people from a fire means getting them to safety before it becomes catastrophic. A reliable and fast fire detection is only the first step. The next, and equally critical, is ensuring the alarm sounds clearly and people can evacuate quickly and, importantly, in an orderly way. Think of it as a meticulously choreographed dance, not just a random shout in the dark. To truly protect people, modern fire safety systems have to ensure 4 fundamental conditions are met. First, early warning. This means alerting people as soon as possible, using a combination of acoustic, that's sound, and optical, that's light alarms, and sometimes even clear spoken instructions. Second, safe evacuation, which involves actively guiding people from hazardous areas directly to safe locations. Third, and this is the one you mentioned earlier, smoke-free routes. We need to ensure that evacuation paths remain clear and free of smoke, which, as you highlighted, is often a greater danger than the fire itself. It impairs visibility, causes rapid incapacitation.
It's nasty stuff.
It really is. And finally, real-time information for first responders. Giving emergency services immediate, accurate info can drastically aid their response and help them save more lives.
So it's far more than just a siren going off. It's a carefully orchestrated process. It considers multiple senses, different stages of an emergency. That point about smoke-free routes really brings home how multifaceted this challenge is. You naturally picture flames, but smoke can be the silent killer, right? Blocking vision, causing panic, reducing air quality.
Absolutely.
It's truly a testament to the comprehensive nature of modern fire safety that these systems prioritize that so heavily.
Absolutely. The smoke aspect is critical because it impairs decision-making and visibility almost instantly. It makes it harder for people to use the very evacuation routes designed for them.
Yeah.
It's a huge challenge that advanced systems are really trying to tackle head on.
Okay, so given these fundamental needs for safety, how are modern systems, like the ones we're looking at from innovators in the field, actually addressing them? Are there specific breakthroughs or maybe design philosophies that really stand out to you in how they manage alarming and evacuation?
That's a great question because it moves us beyond just the what to the how. And our source material highlights how comprehensive systems are built to handle, pretty much every scenario. They offer a truly wide spectrum. From simple signalers, those familiar bells or sirens we all recognize.
Yeah, the classic.
All the way up to incredibly sophisticated public address and voice alarm or PIVA systems. This extensive range means they can cover all types of buildings and applications, big or small. It ensures it's never a one-size-fits-all approach, which is just crucial for effective safety. And when we look at the key highlights of how these systems achieve their goals, 3 main things really stand out. The first is something called disturbance-free testing. Now imagine if every single fire alarm test required evacuating an entire building or interrupting everyone's work, maybe every single day.
Oh, it'd be chaos. Total chaos.
Exactly. It would be utter chaos.
Mm.
So disturbance-free testing is this new, really smart function. It allows alarm devices to perform automated daily self-tests. They check their electrical, acoustic, and optical components without disturbing building occupants. Even silent load tests can be run right from the fire alarm control panel. It basically ensures reliability without the hassle, without the false alarms or unnecessary disruptions.
Okay, that disturbance-free testing sounds incredibly practical. I mean, a huge relief for anyone working or living in a building. Does this kind of automated testing fully replace the need for the big, traditional disruptive tests? Or is it more like it complements them?
It's primarily complementary. Think of it as ensuring the system is always ready, confirming that daily operational integrity. While the larger, less frequent, but still necessary, comprehensive tests continue to validate the entire system's performance. It's about layers of assurance.
Got it. Makes sense.
The second highlight is adaptable alarming. This simply means the system isn't rigid, not just one generic alarm sound. It can be highly customized. Different types of alerts, like specific flashing light patterns, optical signals for those who might be hearing impaired, or even just wearing headphones.
Right, like in an office or airport.
Exactly. Or even multi-language spoken instructions. These can guide people much more effectively than just a blaring siren, which can sometimes cause more confusion. And the third highlight is how this broad portfolio allows for tailored solutions and integrated safety. It's not just about individual devices. It's about an entire ecosystem working together. This includes devices that meet really stringent European safety standards like EN 5423. These use specific light signals designed to cut through distractions and alert absolutely everyone. It also encompasses voice alarm systems with customized messages, those critical fire dampers we talked about for maintaining smoke-free routes.
Crucial.
And advanced hazard management systems to provide that real-time information for first responders. It's a complete integrated approach.
So for you, the person walking into a building, what this truly means is, well, peace of mind, isn't it? That disturbance-free testing ensures the system is always working, checked regularly, but without messing up your day. It's a really clever solution to a very practical problem, making sure the systems are ready when it really counts without being a constant nuisance. Now, this is where it gets really specific and, I think, fascinating. You might think a fire alarm is just a fire alarm, but our sources really emphasize that a one-size-fits-all approach just doesn't work. A customized alarming and evacuation strategy is absolutely essential for every single building. It's like you wouldn't put a bicycle helmet on a race car driver, right?
Right.
Different needs, different solutions.
It's exactly right. Consider the unique challenges presented by different environments and the diverse groups of people within them. Modern safety providers, like Siemens in our source material, account for these specific needs when designing their systems. Because what works efficiently in an airport just won't be sufficient in a hospital or a busy shopping mall. The risks are different, the people are different.
Yeah.
Let's maybe walk you through some specific application areas and their tailored solutions, like the ones highlighted in our source material. Take public buildings. Think airports, big government offices.
Okay.
The challenge here is that constant flow of diverse people. Some might be wearing headsets, others could have hearing impairments, and many are simply unfamiliar with the building's layout. Panic is a real risk. Plus, smoke, again, is a major danger.
Always the smoke.
Yeah. So the solution, it's crucial to have both acoustic and optical alarming measures. Devices compliant with those strict EN 5423 standards are particularly good here. They grab the attention of people with hearing issues or those wearing headsets, making sure everyone gets the message. Then you have hotels. Guests are usually unfamiliar with layouts, evacuation procedures, and fires often break out late at night. It's surprising, but about 23% of hotel room fires happen between midnight and 2 a.m.
Wow, really? That's specific.
Yeah, the statistics are quite stark. Hotels face significant risk. U.S. stats show 1 in 12 hotels report a fire annually. That leads to an average of 12 deaths, 143 injuries, and about $127 million in property damage each year. Not to mention the severe hit to the reputation.
That's huge.
It is. So the solution. Integrated emergency plans are absolutely essential, and voice alarming, especially if it's in multiple languages, can drastically improve guest response times. We're talking reducing reaction time by up to 75% compared to just conventional bells or sirens.
75%. That's incredible.
It is. Studies have shown that voice announcements are just much more effective motivators for evacuation. They provide clear, actionable instructions, not just a confusing noise when people are likely disoriented or half asleep.
That 75% reduction really hits home. It just emphasizes that clear, understandable communication in a crisis is absolutely paramount. It's not just about making noise, it's about making sense and giving people explicit instructions when they're most vulnerable. I think I saw something like that in a large resort once, those multi-language announcements, and wondered how they integrated it all. Very clever.
Precisely. It needs careful planning.
Got it.
Okay, next up, shopping malls. Here, the challenge is large crowds, multiple floors, and the huge potential for panic and confusion if a single alarm blares everywhere at once.
Right, you don't want to stampede.
Exactly. So the solution is precise alarming. Using public address and voice alarm systems allows for specific announcements to be made, maybe just on affected floors or different zones. It helps guide people calmly and efficiently to the nearest safe exits, rather than creating that undirected panic. Now, hospitals and nursing homes, these present a very different and incredibly sensitive challenge. You're protecting sick, frail, or sometimes immobile patients.
Yeah, a very vulnerable population.
Extremely. Any alarm, whether it's real or false, causes significant disruption. It increases the burden on staff immensely because they might have to physically move people who can't move themselves. And again, smoke is especially deadly here. Studies show something like a 2-to-1 ratio of smoke poisoning deaths compared to deaths from burns in these environments.
2-to-1, wow.
Yeah. So the solution, ensuring smoke-free escape routes, is absolutely paramount. Fire dampers become critical here. They act like sophisticated valves in the ventilation system that automatically close off ducts to prevent smoke spreading through the building's airways. This directly increases safety for these vulnerable people.
So those dampers are key for compartmentation, keeping the smoke contained.
Exactly, containing the hazard. Finally, we have educational institutions. Everything from kindergartens up to universities, they carry an enormous responsibility for so many young people. Student accommodation, like dorms, is a particular concern. You get frequent false alarms from things like, unsupervised cooking, maybe candles, smoking.
Yeah, the classic dorm life incidents.
Right. And these false alarms are costly. They waste emergency service resources.
Yeah.
So the solution here needs to be a comprehensive fire safety portfolio, one that can scale to any size building or campus complexity, and addresses these specific behaviors and risks with the right detection and alarming strategies, maybe ones less prone to nuisance alarms in certain areas. If we sort of connect all this back to the bigger picture, it profoundly underscores that effective fire safety isn't just about loud noises or flashing lights. It's a deeply considered, really nuanced strategy. It's constantly adapting to human behavior, specific vulnerabilities, and the unique characteristics of every single building.
So, what does this all mean for you listening? We've taken this deep dive into fire alarming and evacuation, and it's clear these aren't simple systems at all. Our source material really highlights how advanced providers are now offering these broad, flexible, and reliable ecosystems of devices. They're perfectly suited for pretty much any building type or size. It's about more than just ticking boxes for legal compliance. It's about genuine, intelligent protection that's tailored to human needs.
Absolutely. And the peace of mind that comes from knowing occupants will be reliably and safely evacuated, well, that's immeasurable. And that innovation we talked about, disturbance-free testing, that really is the icing on the cake. It ensures continuous functionality without disrupting daily life. So the system is always ready when and if it really counts.
Yeah, this deep dive has really opened my eyes to how much thought and frankly specialized engineering goes into keeping us safe every day. It's a real testament to how profoundly complex safety truly is, especially when you consider all the different types of people and buildings involved.
Which, it raises an important question, I think. When you enter any building next time, public or private, how often do you actually consider the invisible systems, these intricately designed networks working tirelessly behind the scenes to protect you in an emergency? What might you notice differently next time you walk into a shopping mall or check into a hotel, or even just go into your workplace, now that you know a bit more about what's truly going on?
That's a great thought to leave people with. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.